rocking and rolling. Now I drained the tube so all the air is out of the tube and bottle.
And the liquid starts flowing?
Yep. Liquid was flowing when I administered it into the needle.
Okay, now where do you want to keep this bottle?
Ideally, if the cow's standing up like Rose is, ideally what you do is you hold the bottle and put your elbow on the top of her shoulder. That way you can watch these big bubbles that are coming up through there. That means you have a real good flow going. If those bubbles were intermittent and going slowly, you would have to recheck the set of your needle in the jugular vein.
They say to administer calcium slowly. Is CMPK the same?
Pretty much, yeah. A little bit of that can be based on the severity of the cow's condition. If she was down and just really not doing good, you'd probably want to go a little slower than what we are. But all we're doing is we're doing this jokingly so that Michelle and I can go in the house and get a good night's sleep and know that she has got everything she needs for the night.
If you're worried about it, how do you make it go slower?
Keep lowering it down.
Is there any downside to doing it lower?
Just doesn't hurt to be careful.
Just takes longer?
Just takes longer.
She seems to have settled down.
And that's a terrific sign. You get about a third of this bottle in and you see them already starting to stand quieter, not fighting you. It's all good.
See if we can get a view here.
As long as you have a good flow like this, you don't need to be too concerned about whether the fluid solution is going in the right place, because if it wasn't, then you'd start getting a lump around the site of where the needle went in, and then you'd have to take it out, start all over. And the warmer you have the solution, like I said, having it in that bucket of very warm water is also another reason why you can, the bottle has gone in so well here and quite quickly, is warmer is better. I just really like how she has settled down, because she's just, it's a cow's way of saying, yeah, I needed this. You can almost hear the bubbles, they're so good. And that's another good sign too, is that her blood movement and everything about her is good, that this solution can go in and go where it's supposed to.
Do we have a minute to talk about if she was more sick, would you give calcium?
Yeah, I would. I would have started with a bottle of just calcium glutamate, because the only thing you want to do instantly is bring her calcium back to balance. And then, depending on the severity and how fast she responds, then your next bottle would be this one. Now that you've corrected the calcium part, then the next part is you'd want to bring all the rest of them in balance.
What about dextrose? Sometimes they say, give a bottle of dextrose. What does that mean?
Well, that means that that's energy. Being 14, if we find her still a little sluggish tomorrow morning, we'll probably give her a bottle of dextrose just to keep and making sure this 14-year-old cow has the energy she needs to keep eating and cutting and doing all the right things.
Until her body has adapted to milking again and she can do it on her own?
That's right, and I think we do need to note in this video that this cow hasn't calved for a year and a half, and so we certainly do have a body that's questioning what it is it's supposed to be doing. It's going clear down here. It's almost to the needle now, so I am going to pull it out. Then I'm going to rub that site really well. The area feels fantastic, so the whole run went really well. And now,
what do we have here?
We have the most important thing you want to see when you administer calcium or CMPK is they poop, which means that what you've done is kind of like an electrical panel, is you've reset the start switch.
And I don't know if the video can see it, but she's quivering.
Shoulder quiver.
And right here?
Yeah, it's really well obvious over here. Now, if we hadn't just milked, you'd probably have a cow dripping milk as well. It's silly how everything just literally turns on.
So why, is that a good sign that her body's quivering? I mean, it looks like she's... What does that mean?
The quivering, the muscle quivering, is just, it's telling you, one, that you've done the right thing, because she did have a situation where she was working very slowly. It's shutting down. And you started her back up, and one of those things would be just her whole body just kind of reacting to this startup program.
Do you have the cap to the needle?
In the bucket.
Can you please put the needle in?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever reuse a needle?
Never. Because you have no idea what...
No, pull that off and show them how we put the needle in there.
It's just not a smart thing to do, because you certainly wouldn't want anything that was maybe in her bloodstream to be in another animal's bloodstream. So it's all very, very independent.
And can the needles get, there you can see her quivering pretty good. Can the needles get dull if you use them too many times?
Oh yeah. That's another reason why you only use one, is going through that hide, particularly on a cow that's been dry for a while. The hide's plenty tight, and it was a little difficult to get that even very new sharp needle into the jugular too.
What about the IV kit? I paid pretty good money for that. Do you have to throw it away every time?
No. We'll go wash this and alcohol it. And the alcohol is so that it will dry. And then you hang it up.
Now I think we're going to part. We're going to say thank you to Rose for giving us a beautiful little heifer calf, Rosita. And I think she's looking a little perkier already. Maybe we can untie her and walk her a little bit. Would you leave the cow tied up overnight?
No, never.
Will she eat her grain yet?
I think she just might in a few minutes. She's responded so well. Open this gate up and let her go.
Still a little stumbly.
Yeah. Got moisture on her nose already.
Heading out to get some water, maybe.